First of all, this is not a review. This is just me talking about the series. And second of all, I'm doing one take, so you're gonna hear me breathe. You're gonna hear me mess up on my words and stuff like that. I just think it's more natural when I do one take. So yeah, that's why I'm doing that. Anyway, Gungrave is just a phenomenal series. Like honestly, it's one of the best anime series I've ever seen in my life. It's on like Cowboy Bebop level. Like seriously, it's just the emotional rise they take you on is just one of the greatest experience I've ever experienced while watching anime. Harry is one of the greatest villains I've seen in a long time in any form of literature. He, I think, a part of the reason why he's such a great villain is the fact that you don't have any sympathy. You don't. There's because they make it in the show to where he just straight up cold hearted rat and a cold hearted killer, and he'll do whatever he needs to do to be number one, and you admire him for that because you think that that kind of stuff is necessary for a realistic portrayal of the mob. If Harry was so worried about Brandon at all points in history, then I don't think it would be a good series because Harry needed to be ruthless in order for us to believe that he would do some of the things that he did do in the series. Honestly, though, it was just oh man, it was just amazing. Like I'm studying over my words and stuff like that, and even though this is one take, I usually enunciate, excuse me, very well. But it was just phenomenal, man. This isn't even my first time watching the series. The series is very 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 old, not very old, 2003 ish. But and I watched it when I was a kid back then. But now it's like dang yo. And I think another thing that adds to the whole effect of the whole thing is the fact that it's so well produced. They splice in little tidbits from former episodes when they used to be friends, when they're fighting in the future, and they spliced it in at the end. Like for instance, the ending cutscene to the last episode where they got everybody saying hey to Harry and Brandon. Oh man, like it makes you want to ball your eyes out. Like that was well thought out, and I like the way they did that. It's just an amazing series overall. Like I can't even talk about it. That's how in awe I am of this show. The music selection is just great. It's just it really helps you get into the mood of it all, and it really helps you just submerge yourself in the world that is Gungrave. Now, did I care for the supernatural elements of it? Actually, I did. I thought that was believable as well because I felt like the world around Harry was getting to the point where it was so unsustainable for humans to maintain it because he was running on such a big operation that he needed some form of supernatural powers to guard him because everybody wanted a piece of Harry, and he knew that there's only so many guardsmen that can die. So you got guardsmen versus just straight up. I think they were called orcs who are incredibly strong. So I just felt that that was a realistic portrayal of what it should be. Gungrave is just oh man. I know I keep saying about the realism and how my belief was completely suspended. I keep talking about that, but that's what it is, man. It's again studying over the words. Just watch it. The production value on this thing is great, man. They have the English dubbed episodes here on YouTube, and I love those. Those are great as well. The sub ones are great too. For me, dubbed helped me because they were a lot of information was being thrown on the screen a lot of times, and it kind of hurt your eyes. Just keep going back and forth with it as the lines of text appear on camera or whatever. So on screen, sorry. Just man, and I thought Brandon. I thought here's the thing. I thought Brandon was cool. I know a lot of people had little issues with him because he didn't speak a lot, but I thought that added to his character because it made him feel stoic. It made him feel like, oh, okay. And then when he started like really speaking, like I think some of his most some of the episodes where he spoke the most in were when he was at his prime millennium, like around episode 14. And I thought he was really cool. They portrayed him to be very very smart, and I like when he slicked back his hair and everything. I think that added to the character as well. And it's just overall, it's just like, jeez, man, talk about a mafia, a story like that's just. I know a lot of people say that they should have either went with the supernatural, plot line or the mafia plot line. But I actually like the merge because, for the parts that I really do remember are the parts where it's just the mafia. I will admit that, but I feel like the supernatural stuff is a great touch because nobody thought it would go there. I didn't like how they put the first episode, at the end. Like the ending is in the first episode. Like what happens rather. And I didn't like that. I felt they should just started it off with straight up Harry. and Brandon's storyline from when they were younger. And man, I think one of my favorite characters from the series is freaking Harry. Harry just does it for me, man. I think Harry is a realistic portrayal of what you have to do to get to number one. And I will say though this, I do believe that Harry killed Brandon in a moment of anger, and not out of because he had to. Because a lot of times Harry's presented as this very prepared guy, like he's doing everything premeditated, like he knows what he's doing. But I do feel like killing Brandon was one of his rash moments. Like killing Brandon wasn't what he wanted to do, but he did it anyway because Brandon denied his offer, his deal. Maria was also a good character. Her relationship with Big Daddy wasn't like, oh, ill. It wasn't unbelievable either, because Big Daddy was presented as this suave, cool old dude. Like, like went reaching out for him, he was there to grab her hand and stuff, like that way. And I like how they talked around his morals, and I just really appreciated the way they did that. How they were talking about, oh, Big Daddy's done a lot of evil things in his life, but now he's trying to get it together by making a family, reconcile or redeem himself. And it's just even when Harry ripped him for that, when Harry at the end of the series was calling him a hypocrite and everything, hypocrite. I felt that was very true to his character. It was very true to Harry's character, because Harry doesn't think that way. So anybody who does think that way is different from Harry, and therefore Harry doesn't like them, because it's natural human instincts to not like somebody who's opposite of you. I man, again, this awesome series, one of my favorite series, and the rewatch value is just excellent, because you pick up on things. Like, for instance, when Harry first meets Grave, after everything's said and done, when Harry first meets Grave and he gets out of the car and Grave's about to shoot him, and Grave finds out he doesn't have any more bullets, and they start laughing. And at the end, you hear Brandon and Harry from their old school days laughing and talking to each other. It's like, dang, yo. In this videos, in these videos, I'm just gonna add one of my favorite parts from the series in it, and I do apologize, because I know some people won't like this, because it's just kind of rushed and it's one take, so I stutter a lot and there's a lot of pauses and stuff. But I just think if it sounds a little better, I do think it sounds a little better, because it's more human. I'm not gonna sit here and write a summary of the show, because Wikipedia is there for that. I just think giving my opinions is a better format, and it makes you stand out. Like, who just gives their opinions and stuff. But anyways, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna throw in my favorite clip at the end. Make sure you watch my channel, subscribe, like everything. Thank you.
Harry? Harry.
Grave. Harry. Brandon Heat. Harry. Big guy. Brandon. Harry.
Yo, Brandon! Brandon. Damn it. I'll show him. Someday, I'll show that old fart. Hey, are you the one who came here yesterday? The name's Harry McDowell. What's your name? Brandon Heat. Brandon Heat, huh? Nice meeting ya, Brandon.